Welcome in, everybody. I'm Devin O'Day, and a little earlier today, we had the Main Street Awards for Cheatham County, the Cheatham County Exchange. Hope that you got to see that. And if you have family in Cheatham County, if you're from Cheatham County, maybe you're listening right now or watching in Cheatham County, go back and look at those awards to see the very best in Cheatham County. And Cheatham is vast. It's got Ashland City all the way to Pleasant View with Kingston Springs in between, and at Pegram. It's just a fun place. A lot of art, a lot of music, and a lot of great food. And you'll find all about it with the Main Street Awards. Make sure that you visit. And thanks to our sponsor, Dixon Electric Service, that made it possible for us to do the show. All right, and kicking things off with National Praline Day. Now, I'm from Louisiana. It is praline, like praline, not praline. Now, you can say it however you want to say it. That's your business. As Tabitha Brown would say, that's your business. You can be wrong if you want to. It is Praline Day. Come on now. And I'm going to tell you a place where you can get great pecan products right after we talk about Praline Day and how it got its name.
National Pralines Day. National Pralines Day is on June 24th that celebrates a nut-based creamy confection that can be enjoyed in an assortment of ways. Pralines are a smooth and sweet treat made with nuts, sugar, and sometimes cream. They can be used in cookies, candy, and as a paste, and they are often made with pecans or almonds. The praline got its name from French soldier and sugar industrialist Marshal du Plessis Praslin, as it was his cook who invented it. The recipe evolved when French settlers brought the recipe to Louisiana, where chefs in New Orleans eventually substituted pecans for almonds and added cream. Pralines Day celebrates these wonderful little bundles of sugary joy and their history in the world. We know you don't need an excuse to enjoy one, but on Pralines Day you certainly have one. The first and the best way of celebrating Pralines Day is to indulge yourself in the rich variety of flavors that are pralines.
They're luscious and they're good, but if you're going to make your own, there are a couple of things that you need to remember. First of all, have a candy thermometer. That's really important. And also, if you're going to make any kind of candy, whether it is pralines or divinity or fudge, it's best to do them on a day with not a lot of humidity. Divinity really is sensitive to that. I mean, Lordy, how many times have you done it and it just looks like taffy? It's just awful. So low humidity days for your candy and a nice candy thermometer. And they're really not hard to make. We used to make them in home ec when I was in high school, and if kids can make them, but I don't use other kind of nuts. It's always pecans. And I'll tell you who does some great pecan dishes, and that is the Sassy Pecan in Lebanon, Tennessee. They have some really delicious things. And Shelly here at the Wilson Post shared a sunshine tray, the sunshine plate, and it was so delicious. It's kind of like a charcuterie tray and fruits and cheeses and stuff. It was so fresh for the summer, and there's plenty to share. So if you're going to have a picnic, stop by the Sassy Pecan. Lots of great places to enjoy great food all over Middle Tennessee. Well, in keeping with our theme of strawberries and mom, let's take a trip to the Sassy Pecan, where lunch is cooking up some delicious soup like their vegetable beef. Take out or dine outside or enjoy the tea room at the Sassy Pecan. How about their fresh strawberry pie? I mean the real deal, the baked kind, not the shortcut kind. But they do have shortcake. The Sassy Pecan strawberry shortcake with a fresh scone, cream cheese mousse, and sweet chopped strawberries. Check out the Sassy Pecan in Lebanon, Tennessee, or on Facebook. So yummy. Everything there is just fantastic. And Kay Small, giving a little shout out to her. A lot of people know music from the 80s, and you remember someone named Rick Springfield who had a great song called Affair of the Heart. And then there's people like the Fabulous Thunderbirds, and of course, Kenny Wayne Shepherd in the blues department. And let's see, Billy Ray Cyrus. There are a lot of people, the 90s country, they all know the name Danny Tate because he was a songwriter for a lot of the hits that those guys had, and so good. But he also had his own record deal and was also on billboards all across America. And he is in town, and he was in town visiting daughters for Father's Day. And I had a slot on Debbie Champion's Writers Night tonight at the Commodore at 7:30. And since he's never in town, I said, Danny, would you please do that feature slot? So tonight at 7:30, he is going to be on stage just ahead of Hall of Famer Jerry Foster at Debbie Champion's Writers Night. That is the Commodore. It's free and it's fun, and I hope that you will enjoy it. He made a little guest spot on Backstage Nashville, and here's just a little clip of that.
Lucre and lascivious living. As they gave an altar call to have thine own way, I decided I would. So I snuck out the back door and hitched a ride to the outskirts of town where the country club lay nestled beneath a fortress of pine trees, where the good town folk could not see the things that went on inside. When I walked into the entrance, the local band Glass Casket was playing a song by the Doors called Light My Fire. Virginia Wilson was on the dance floor. Her skirt was cut short and tight. She was every young boy's dream and every mother's nightmare. Well, being a good Baptist boy, I had never danced before. But for a chance to be with Virginia Wilson, I was willing to give it a whirl. So we got out there on the floor and commenced cutting the rug. I looked like a farmhand on speed. Didn't that give you the picture? Well, later on that evening, she took me out to the 18th green. And there, beneath the Arkansas moon, she gave me my first kiss. Then she just turned around and walked away and left me standing there alone with my thoughts. So many moons later, me and David Lee Murphy got together and wrote a song about that experience. Don't lead me to the water if you won't let me drink. Like the sun beating down with my face in the dirt, I got a hunger and a power for thirst. I'm rubbing my eyes 'cause vision is sweet. You know if that's a promise, baby, you can't keep. Don't leave me to the water, I'm a desperate man. Got a long way to go across a whole lot of sand. Don't turn me away with a kiss and a wink. Don't lead me to the water.
Danny Tate's going to be on stage. Debbie champions Writers Night. Usually writers start about 6:30. His featured slot is at 7:30, followed by Hall of Famer Jerry Foster. It's going to be a fun night, and of course, open mic at the end of the show. So it's going to be a fun night. The Commodore is on West End Avenue, over by Vanderbilt, part of the Holiday Inn, and it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful night. Great food, and everything's open. So isn't that cool? Well, speaking of great music, we're going to be talking in a little bit about the Gatlinburg Songwriters Festival. Starts August 19th in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. We're going to hear some music from one of the featured performers. But first, we're going to talk to my friend Tammy Arender. She did a spot. She does a regular spot called Farm to Fork. And a lot of you don't realize how much organic and how much farms have to do with our restaurant industry here in Nashville. But a lot.
From this view of the Grand Hyatt in downtown Nashville, you may think there's not a farm in sight, that all the food for the Grange restaurant would have to be shipped in from farms far away. But executive sous chef Brian Owenby says you'd be surprised at the ag operations near downtown Nashville.
A lot of our farmers are actually small farmers that are based here in the city that grow on their, you don't need much land to grow things. We get herbs from a lady right here in town that grows them at her home.
These are just heirloom rainbow carrots.
Owenby is known for bringing items in from his own garden. Oftentimes, the vegetable can be the star of the dish.
We have a carrot ravioli that we use local carrots that are roasted. We make the filling for. We feature a lot of local meats from a couple of the farms in the area.
It's something different than what everybody else is doing. I know a lot of restaurants, they use a lot of local farm to tables or fork to tables type of concept. But we go a little further than that. We try to really incorporate a lot of other farmers that we see that are new, get involved with farmers who are part of a whole food brokers program.
The brokerage program is called Nashville Grown. They help facilitate getting the produce from the farmer to the chefs. For executive chef Daniel Salomon, that's a good thing because he truly believes it makes a difference in the dish.
You can almost taste the soil, if that makes any sense. Us chefs, we have a certain palate, and we each have a different palate, but I think at the end of the day, what's fresh, crisp, smells good, and then when you have that hint of soil or underground, and it just says it all.
For customers like David Miller, he says the steak is hard to beat.
This tastes like $1 million.
They also feature a lot of fish and seafood. Owenby puts his own spin on shrimp and grits. And being that I'm a Louisiana girl and make a pretty mean plate of shrimp and grits myself, I had to give it a try.
I've always said, unless I'm sitting across from Emeril Lagasse, I'm not ordering shrimp and grits anywhere else. This is phenomenal. Even the grits are made in Tennessee.
Really?
Mm-hmm. A grist mill in East Tennessee.
Just home cooking style food. I'm sure Chef Brian would have mentioned some of his old grandma's recipes. I mean, that's the best kind of food that you can actually eat, in my opinion.
In Nashville, I'm Tammy Arender for RFD TV.
And a big thank you to Tammy because she is allowing us to re-air her segments for RFD. And she does fabulous agriculture segments. And she is in Wilson County this week covering tomorrow the Red Angus show that takes place at the Ag Center here in Lebanon. So excited to share some of her segments that she gives us permission. You will also see her segments on WTVF Channel 5. And, when it comes to great food here, we've got a plethora, but there's also a lot of activities. And Saturday, I'm going to be at the grand opening of a new place called High Caliber Weaponry. And it's a grand opening, and it's actually run by one of the fellows that we had on the show yesterday, the proprietor. His name is Blaze, and his dad was a policeman. It was a cop all his life. And he said, arms, fire safety, understanding how to legally own and operate and use a firearm is very important. Now, they don't have a live shooting range, but they do have virtual, and it's pretty cool what they get to do. But if you want to find out about the grand opening, stay tuned. They're right across from what we call on Lebanon Road, the Army Surplus Store, the Greens Army Surplus Store. Anyway, it's right across the street on Lebanon Road, and I will be there. It starts at 10 o'clock in the morning, and I'm going to head there right before I head to Backstage Nashville. Today is a special day for J.D. Shelburne, a guest on our show on Tuesday. Today is pre-save day for his brand new single.
This windshield's like a movie screen, playing back those memories. Cheap cold beer and an old boombox, party going down in the parking lot.
Tomorrow, People Magazine, Newsmax, and CMT will debut that video shot in Lebanon, Tennessee at the Snow White Diner, Main Street Award winner for the best burger in Middle Tennessee. No, I'm sorry, best burger in Wilson County. Let's not get away with all of that. We got to make sure we get it right. But it's a very cool place for a video too. And you'll get to see that tomorrow night. Tomorrow morning starts on Newsmax, then People Magazine. And then following that, he's going to have the big debut on CMT. So excited to share that. But the album you can pre-save today, and it's called Straight from Kentucky.
Father, from Cassius Clay to the coal miner's daughter, sawmills to the oatmeal slugger, LA1 to peanut butter. We thank God we were born from a mother straight from Kentucky. We got golden rods and Fort Knox and big red almond runs. Rollers past and Copperhead, waiting on the second coming. Kaywood left for play-by-play. I'm no stranger to the rain. My first breath down to my last name came straight from Kentucky. We got whitetail, bluegrass, and wild turkey. Got tobacco barns, Rough River, and the Derby. Black lung singing Sunday morning. Grandpa on the back pew snoring. The Colonel, Honest Dave, and R.J. Corman came straight from Kentucky. Yeah. We got golden rods and Fort Knox, big red almond running. Holy rollers past and waiting on the second coming. Corvettes are born in Bowling Green. Coach Adolph Rupp and old Jimmy Beam. Bill Monroe and Montgomery Gentry, straight from Kentucky. United we stand, divided we fall. All gave some gave all. We're all for one and one for all. We got golden rods and Fort Knox and big red almond running. Holy rollers pass and Copperheads, waiting on the second coming. Kaywood led for play-by-play. I'm no stranger to the rain. Our first breath down to our last name came straight from Kentucky. Straight from Kentucky.
The reason that you pre-save on a day like today for J.D. Shelburne is that tomorrow when it comes out, the more pre-saves shows how high it's going to be on the charts. And let's make our Kentucky boy J.D. Shelburne #1 on the iTunes charts. How about it? Or Spotify or any of those. Just let's get it out there. And Stream it and give him a good debut day. How about it? Hardest working kid I know. Just incredible. A great family man, too. He and his wife, Amy, and their precious little baby, Jax. I just love him. Just love him to pieces. Tell you who else I love, and that is Mr. Keith Bilbrey. Everybody knows him. One of the best announcers for the Grand Ole Opry ever, ever, ever. Also on stage every week with Larry's Country Diner. He's their announcer. He and Emmy Jo, his lovely wife, they were awakened rudely. They were in their house, and they think it was the fire official said that a barbecue pit and an accidental ignition, and it just took their whole house down, burned it to the ground. Emmy Jo got out. She didn't even have her shoes on. Keith was able to get out. A lot of the firemen were able to rescue some of Keith's musical instruments, but years and years with the Grand Ole Opry, his Opry ring, his wedding ring. They hope they can find him in the ashes, but they've not been able to. It's just so much loss. All the mementos, everything. Emmy Jo said if you have any pictures of them, they would appreciate it because they lost everything. And when it gets down to that kind of loss, it's not just about stuff. It's about mementos and memories and things like that. Beverly Keel, my sister from another mister, Beverly Keel started a GoFundMe to help Keith and Emmy Jo recover from this. They've started raising money there. If you go to GoFundMe, Keith Bilbrey, you'll see that. It is part of that. The Tennessee Radio Hall of Fame is also taking donations, gift cards, things like that, anything that they might need to just get back started. The Red Cross is helping them right away. And it's absolutely devastating. You see him also on the Huckabee Show. And it's just devastating. And so Keith, Emmy Jo, we love you. And all of us here around the country and in Middle Tennessee, your family. And we want to help. We do want to help. There is a real cool thing coming up in Gatlinburg. I'm going to be a part of it. Is the Gatlinburg Songwriters Festival, and it starts August 19th. I am so excited because I'm going to be doing the Main Street Awards here, then hitting the road, heading to Gatlinburg. The Gatlinburg Songwriters Festival is a beautiful event. You can get tickets at gatlinburgsongwriters.com. And there's tons of free shows. There are a few paid shows, but there is a special event pass that you can get. I think it's $30, but it includes discounts at all these venues. And you know me, the girl loves a discount. I'm just saying. I love it. And so it's a great buy. $30, you go spend the weekend, and it's going to be so many great artists. And we're going to play something right now from one of my favorite people. He's going to be there, Mr. Jerry Salley. He does the bluegrass end of everything, and he is so good as a human being and as a songwriter. Don't you think?
My third Tamworth, I can't believe it. It's been about 4 years since I've been here, though, and made a lot of good friends over here, not only in the music community, but just fans that I've met throughout the years here, and it's kind of like a homecoming to me because I get to see so many faces that folks that I've met and got to keep in touch with. I see a few on the front row right here, and it's good to see you all. It's good to see all of you. Thanks for getting up early and coming out and being with us this morning. Have you enjoyed yourself so far this morning? I'm going to do a little song here that I wrote. I don't know if y'all, any Brad Paisley fans here at all? Oh, yeah. Y'all remember a song he did called Whiskey Lullaby? I didn't write that. But I wrote a song on that record. It's the one right after Whiskey Lullaby. And it did sell 3 million copies, though, so that was kind of nice. But we never did get a single out of it. But I like the song so much that I recorded it on my Show My Age CD. And we're going to do it for you now. This is one Brad recorded called The Best Thing I Had Going Is Gone. I'm sorry, guys. Here we go. 1, 2. With the
Kathleen Hawkins with the Hendersonville Area Chamber of Commerce, and I am so excited to share with you that Freedom Festival is back and bigger and better than ever before, thanks to our presenting sponsor, RE/MAX Choice Properties. This year, it's on July 3rd from 5 to 10 p.m. at Drakes Creek Park, and I have 5 very important things that you need to know. First, this is the largest chamber fundraiser that we do all year long, and in 2019, we were able to gift $35,000 to deserving schools and area teachers right here in Hendersonville because of your support. 2, I need you to know that the event is from 5 to 10. We are going to have fabulous vendors, amazing food trucks, and so much more there for you and your family. 3, it's a free event, which is important for you to keep in mind. And we have a special tribute concert starting and sponsored by Mr. Goodroof starting at 6 p.m. And then you also need to know, thanks to the Hendersonville Parks Department, we have fireworks launching at 9 p.m. weather permitting. So bring your family, come on out, have a good time, visit us at Drakes Creek Park. Now, if you're from out of the area or if you're going to be tuning in from the lake, tune in to 100.7 WHIN radio and listen live when the fireworks go off, again at 9 p.m. Visit freedomfestivaltn.com for more information and secure your vendor booth today. See you on July 3rd.
We'll see you on July 3rd. There's fireworks and great celebrations taking place all over Middle Tennessee. And don't forget the big bang shebang. I mean, it's going to be incredible down in Nashville's the biggest one ever. I think they've taken the year they couldn't have it and the year they could have, they put it all together. And they're going to have a big Watusi party downtown on the river, July 4th. And hopefully with our wonderful Nashville Symphony. I'm Devin O'Day, and I'm so glad that you join me each and every day. Make sure that you click like. We're trying to get our Main Street Today pages up to 1,000, and we're almost there. We're just so close. So invite some people to be a part of our show. We're here every day. We're also on YouTube. It's for people who don't get to be a part of what we do on Facebook. That's okay. We don't discriminate. We like you on the YouTubes as well. And if you would share that, we'd really appreciate it. Oh, be safe, be kind. Remember that you are loved. And I want to invite each and every one of you, if you have something, a place or something that you love, and you would like to be one of my on the street reporters, just tape a little segment on your phone and share it with me. I love, love, love that. And I think we have the most talented audience in the world. We are in Middle Tennessee, for goodness sake. So if you got a story and you want to send me a video of it and you'd like to be included in our show, I know how to do it. Just message me here. I'll tell you how to get it to us. Be safe, be kind. Remember, you are loved. Have a beautiful and blessed Thursday.